Welcome to Miss Trudy's classroom. Thank you for tuning in again. Today, our conversation is about parents' expectations for the coming school year. This is a great time to have a conversation with your child about your expectations for the new school year. There are two kinds of expectations that you should talk to your child about. Expectations at school and expectations at home. I'm trying to give you some ideas that will help you when you have the conversation with your child. Let's start with the school expectations. Number one, let's talk about the word respect. Please advise your child to be courteous and respectful of other students. It's very important that they practice courtesy and respect, because a lot of times bullying starts because the student has been teased, has been disrespected, and before you know it, you end up having a situation that the child doesn't want to go to school because they're being bullied or they're being teased. So please request that they be courteous and respectful, and extend that courtesy to adults and teachers by saying, yes sir, yes ma'am, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones. There are a lot of adults that are around the school, and that's beginning to put into practice what we need in the world of work. Being courteous to co-workers, being respectful to the supervisors, to the bosses. So this is getting them ready for the world of work by practicing these courtesies. Another courtesy is this: please remind your child not to get other people's things, such as backpacks, pencils, papers, any personal item that the child has. Please ask permission. May I please see this, or can I borrow this, or can you lend me this? Many times that causes problems in the classroom when the child is grabbing things and the other student is looking for it and the student doesn't know where it is. So please remind them of these courtesies. Another thing that's important in the classroom is this: please remind your child not to talk when the teacher is giving a lesson. Many times the teacher is giving a lesson and there'll be 2 or 3 students talking, and that conversation will prevent and disturb the other students from learning because they cannot focus in. So ask your child to please not to talk when the teacher is talking. A lot of parents take these things for granted, but I have seen children from 1st grade, 2nd grade, 4th and 5th graders that do not give these courtesies to the students nor to the teacher. So please remind them of this. Another thing that's really important in the classroom and will greatly affect your child also is train your child, encourage your child to raise their hand when they don't understand the lesson. Sometimes children are very shy, or they're withdrawn or embarrassed. There's nothing wrong in raising your hand and asking for help. The teacher at the end of the lesson will usually say, does everybody understand? Is there any question? Does anybody need any help? These are times that the teacher is asking the students, do they need help? So if the child does not raise their hand at that time, the teacher is going to assume that everybody understands it, and the teacher is going to move on and give them some kind of assignment, some kind of task to put into practice what she taught. So please remind your child of these courtesies and remind them that when they don't understand, they're not sure, please to raise their hands. Now, let's talk about the home expectations. In the home expectations, there are several things that you can do at home. Now is a great time for you as a parent to set the golden hour for doing homework, whether it be an hour, a half an hour, or 15 minutes. Tell them what time you expect them to sit down and do their homework. And make this a practice for the next 9 months. And sometimes the children will say, well, the teacher's out. We don't have any homework. There are things that you can do during that golden time that will help the child. For example, you can have them practice their penmanship, have them practice writing numbers, whether if they're a little person or a big kid, have them practice writing the numbers either from 1 to 10 or 1 to 300. Have them practice their multiplication tables, have them practice their ABCs. All of these are tasks that will help your child in the classroom. When they get this little practice, even though they don't have homework, these things will help your child during the homework time when when the teacher is not there and they don't have homework. A second expectation is this. After they finish with their homework, tell your child, get that homework in the backpack and put it in the backpack. And then another expectation would be place that backpack by the door. Many times I've seen it over and over again. Children come late, or children don't want to come to school because they lost their homework, they lost their backpack. If at the beginning of the school year you start orientating them that they have the responsibility to put that homework in the backpack and put that backpack by the door or somewhere where they can see it in the morning and be able to just grab it. I have seen so many parents and so many kids be frustrated because they don't have their homework and their backpack in the morning. So those are responsibilities that you can start to train your child with, and it will save you a lot of stress. Another expectation would be talk to your child about what time you expect them to go to bed every night. What time you want them to put on those PJs. What time you want them to be in bed. Because as you know, they've been going to bed late. They go to sleep whenever they want to sleep. And now they have to be able to go to sleep early because they need their 10 to 12 hours of sleep. I have seen over the years so many times children falling asleep in the classroom, and there is no way that a teacher can teach a child that is sleeping. And this happens from pre-kinder on up to 12th grade. This happens all the time. So please help your child by having a designated time to go to bed, and then talk to them about when you're going to wake them up, that they have to be ready to get up and go because the time in the morning is very short and there's a lot of things to do. You have to get dressed, you have to get ready, you need to have breakfast and be out the door for the parent and the child, because the parent has to go to work and the child has to go to school. So have these expectations for your child. and remind them frequently about this conversation and these expectations, especially for the first 30 to 45 days of school, because they've had a very loose schedule. There hasn't been any demands placed on them for the last 2 to 3 months, and now they're in a structured setting, and we have to help our children get used to a new structured setting again. So those are a few suggestions and ideas for when you have your conversation with your child about the coming school year. Until the next time, God bless and have a great day.